Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here today. My name is Denise. I'm also known as heywigsister on Instagram and Facebook. Today I'm here to bring you a wig review in partnership with Name Brand Wigs. This is a brand new style by Jon Renau called Idalia. And this is in the color Shaded Praline, which is 12 FS8. You may be thinking this looks eerily similar to another Jon Renau style. And you would be right. I will be showing you both of these compared side by side toward the end of this video. So if you want to see Idalia, learn all about her, and see how she compares to Ignite, stick around. I would like to thank Name Brand Wigs once again for partnering with me on this review. I'm very grateful to be able to show you guys a lot of different styles. I know how helpful reviews are. I relied on them when I first started wearing wigs to help me make good decisions for myself, and hopefully these videos are doing the same for you. If you've never visited Name Brand Wigs, please do. Their website is www.namebrandwigs.com. They're a great online retailer. They have a blog, they have a lot of support, and if you need help picking out your next style, they can help you with color and style. You just have to give them a call or send them an email. All right, everybody, let's take a look at Idalia from all sides. Oh goodness, this is a really cute short A-line style. It is absolutely a sister to Ignite, but there are some key differences that may make all the difference for you, and I'll talk about that toward the end. If you're here only to see certain things, please know I timestamp everything in the description box so that you can skip ahead to the part that you really care about. This piece is made with regular synthetic, not heat friendly, so that's a key difference already that I'm mentioning. Has regular synthetic fibers and a really cute A-line style. Now we do have a lace front, and that is all that we have on this piece. So we've gotten a lace front that goes from here all the way back to about here. So you've got quite a bit of lace right there. So while this does not have a mono part or a mono top, because this is a deeper lace front, it actually does give the appearance of parting right there. So I really love Ignite. It is one of my favorite shorter styles that's out there, and I tend to really like mono parts or mono tops for the realism. I like that parting space, but I can comfortably wear Ignite with that deeper lace front. That works just fine for me. So if you are unsure, I just want to encourage you that the fact that this is a little deeper, it does make a difference in the realism. Now, the lace front on this one is so good. You can see that right there. They have taken all of the bright blonde highlights in this color and brought them to the front. So while this is a rooted color, you aren't really getting any dark knotting there because of how they did that. Now, that may help with knotting, but it also serves to make this look like a lighter color because of all of the blonde at the front. When you wear it down like it comes, you don't see that quite as much. It kind of looks like you've got some prominent money pieces in the front, but what happens when you go to style this piece, which you can because it's got that lace front, then it really makes the blonde really prominent in the front. I just point that out because I want you to be aware when manufacturers do that to help with the lace front, which I really appreciate, it can make the color look a lot brighter. Let's take a look inside this cap so that you can see what I mean by that deeper lace front. So all of that is lace, which means you can actually choose your parting space. For those of you who part from the right going to the left, you know that you're pretty much stuck with mono top wigs because rarely do they ever come with a mono part on that side. They're almost always left going to the right. But mono top wigs are more expensive because all of that is hand tied. So on here, you can part this anywhere. I think that does make a difference. You've got nice soft ear tabs with bendable stays, and that lace goes all the way to the ear tab, as you can see. You've got an extended nape and Velcro adjusters. Looks like my one adjuster is on there, right? Let me fix that up. I really like those Velcro adjusters. You can see I have this cinched in quite a bit. These do fit me really generous around my circumference. They are an average cap, and then the rest of this is open wefted with a little bit of closed wefting on the top. You know, Jon Renau is really a true to average size. But I do find occasionally their caps fit me a little big around my circumference. I have a 22-inch circumference. That is smack dab average. And so the fact that I can cinch this in quite a ways tells me that if you have an up to a 22 and a half, I think this is going to fit you just fine. There is great stretch on this one. It really has a lot of stretch. So I think this is going to fit, you know, anywhere from 21 and a half, if you cinch it all the way in, up to 22 and a half very comfortably, maybe even bigger than that. It's just really hard to average much bigger than an inch. And then I do get extra cap on the top. I always get extra cap on the top with my Jon Renau wigs. That tells me they are very true to average because I have a very petite over the top of my head. Now let's talk about that extended lace. While it goes all the way to the ear tabs, that isn't even really temple to temple on this one. That's where the ear lace ends because these ear tabs are substantial. That gives you really good coverage on the sides and really good support on the wig so they fit and feel really comfortable. I can tuck easily with Jon Renau wigs with my measurements because of how they fit me. The ear tabs come right a little bit higher than I like them. I typically like them a little lower to get the best coverage, but when I choose a color that blends with my bio hair well, like 12FS8 does because of the root, then I can tuck and I don't have to worry if some of my bio hair shows. So just keep that in mind if you're purchasing wigs that are close to your hair color, or if you have darker bio hair like I do, but they're rooted, even if they don't fit you perfectly, you may still be able to pull them off because your hair will blend with some of those darker colors. If on the other hand, you're purchasing wigs completely different from your hair color and you have bio hair, then you do have to take into consideration whether or not your hair will show. And so that's something you'll learn over time. You can also use root touch-up powder to help with that. So we talked about fibers, we talked about fit. I think I covered it all. I might be ready to go on to color. Let me double check. Let's talk about volume and Permatease. So Idalia does have Permatease. There's a fair amount of Permatease right here. Like when I touch it, I can feel the Permatease right there. Very similar to Ignite. If you're familiar with Ignite, those are really identical in my opinion on both of these. So what that does is it gives you a nice rounded look and it really accentuates the A-line and the stack in the back. I don't feel that it's overdone. It's not super poofy or pillowy, but if you don't like Permatease or you like your wigs to be as flat as possible, just know there's Permatease up here that gives it volume right on the top. I think you can play up that volume a little bit, especially if you want to use styling product to kind of get some lift and maybe piece it out a little bit. I do think you can smooth it down some. If you like a smoother look without the volume. But just know this one does have Permatease. I'd say this is a light density. The weight is very light at 2.7 ounces. There's just a little bit of volume right there on the top. All right, I feel like I flew through this review. I'll talk about color now and we'll move on to the comparison at the very end. So 12FS8, it is the most popular Jon Renau color, at least in the blonde range. Now we've got so 12FS8 is a tricky color because the color codes are technically brunette color codes. The 12 is really a light brown and an 8 is really a medium brown. And so it can be really confusing if you just look at the color codes. While I appreciate color codes, they don't always mean what you think that they mean. So what we have here, technically it says it's a light golden brown, kind of that's the base, with some light natural golden blonde and pale natural golden blonde. And then you've got a medium brown root. I really think this is a blonde. I think the fact that they use light brown color codes is deceiving. There is definitely light brown in here, but there's a lot of blonde in this color. FS stands for Fashion Syrup. I believe it stands for Fashion Syrup with Jon Renau, which kind of means they take some license with color to create some beautiful blends. And there is no doubt this is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. I think it's a color that can be worn by blondes and brunettes as long as you are used to light brunettes and highlighted brunettes. When I first started wearing wigs, There's that root. It's a bit of a darker root, which makes it possible for me with my hair in this color to wear this color. When I first started wearing wigs, I think I reviewed Ignite actually in this color. And I couldn't wear it because it was way too blonde for me, because in the beginning I didn't wear blondes. I never had blonde hair. And so now I can wear this color joyfully. I love this color. It's gorgeous. But if you're not used to light browns and heavily highlighted browns, this may not be the first color you want to select if you're trying to transition closer to blondes so that you can have more flexibility. But if you can wear really highlighted browns and you're used to, as long as it has a root, you feel like you can handle it, check out 12FS8. Like I said, because I have very dark brown hair, it's turning gray, really ashy at the temples, and I can blend my hair with this just fine. You are seeing my hair right here. And I can tuck and wear this because it blends. So I really love that they created this blonde so that brunettes maybe could wear it. This is what I would consider a warm blonde. It's definitely got warm tones in it all throughout. I really wouldn't consider this an ashy color. It's not really a yellow blonde in my opinion though, because of the brunette in it. I think it tempers what could be more of a yellow blonde. It's just beautiful, and it's very dynamic, very bright light blonde in here, and golden blonde. It's just stunning. Let's get outside so you can see this color outside, and then we'll do the comparison. All right, let's do our comparison. So I have Ignite in the color, I think this one's in Salted Caramel. Yep, Salted Caramel, FS2631S6. So this is Salted Caramel, and then this one is the Idalia. I would say that these are almost nearly identical sister styles. There's just a couple of very subtle differences that may make all the difference to you, but they are so close to each other that to me, they're relatively interchangeable as far as how they look when they're on. So the two biggest differences, in my opinion, are the fibers. So Ignite is heat friendly, Idalia is regular synthetic, and the side length and the nape length. So maybe 3 differences. So the bang is exactly the same, 8 inches. That's what that looks like on me. I'm about 8 inches from my hairline to my chin. It's just slightly, like if I pull it, it maybe hits that. Now, for my bang lovers who always ask, can you cut a bang? Yes, you can cut a bang in Ignite. In Idalia and Ignite. I have seen Ignite with a bang. It's super cute that way. So you can absolutely cut a bang in it. The crown is exactly the same, 5.75 inches. The sides are a bit of a, that's where the biggest difference is. It's about 1.5 inches difference. Idalia has a 6.75 inch side and Ignite has a 5.25 inch. But when you see it on, to me, hold on you guys, I was playing with this so much that the fibers are now going all over the place. Let me get them situated again. When I pulled the bang forward, I don't really see that length difference a whole lot. I think where I see the difference is Ignite feels a little bit fuller to me, and that may be because this has a bit of a longer side. The other area where the difference might be significant for you is the nape. It's only a 1/4 inch, but that 1/4 inch may mean the difference between seeing your bio hair and not seeing your bio hair. So Idalia has a 1.75 inch nape right here, and Ignite has a 1.5 inch nape. It's actually a really, really short nape. I always tell everybody to pay attention to your hairline in the back to help you determine whether a nape is going to be too short for you or not. Now, you can always shave your head or buzz your head just right at the nape if that shows. That's what I do. I usually have to buzz completely, like almost shave off clippers with no guard. This right here, because this is what tends to show on short napes. But let me throw Ignite on for you. This one's a beloved one. I've worn this one a lot. It is nowhere close to new, but I think it still looks pretty good. So to me, they look so similar that unless you're looking at them side by side, I really don't think you're going to see a big difference. But it does feel a little bit kind of, it's just not as long here on the sides. I think it has a bit more layering on the sides. So if you're looking at that one and thinking the A-line is just a bit too much for you, maybe Ignite is a good one. And then that nape is very, very short. But otherwise, Permatease, really the same. The lace front is just the same. I even measured them. They're the same length or width. All of that is the same. The other thing that's just a bit different is the price. I think there's about a $30 difference, a little bit less than a $30 difference between them. Ignite is just a little bit cheaper. So I guess you guys, if you're really struggling to make a decision and you're like, I like them both, which one should I get? I think you get the one that is in stock. You know, colors sometimes go out of stock, so get the one that's in stock because they're really virtually the same. The only other thing I would use as a deciding factor is, are you very sensitive to synthetic shine? Heat-friendly wigs tend to not be very shiny overall, and synthetic tend to be a little bit more shiny. So if you're super sensitive to shine, maybe Ignite's the one for you because of the heat-friendly fibers. I honestly don't find that this needs any more care than any other synthetic. It's not long enough to rub up on my clothing. That's really what gives heat-friendly wigs their challenge. So let me throw Idalia back on for you, since this technically is an Idalia review. I think they're both darling, and you can kind of see right when I put it on, it seems like it's just a little bit longer, but I don't see an 1.5 inch difference in length. So I think it's subtle. It's very subtle. And she's darling. I think this is going to be a great style for summer. I actually love to wear Ignite in the winter as well, because when I wear scarves and high-necked shirts, then it keeps the fibers off of the clothing. So I love these A-line shorter styles. I struggle with really short styles, but when you've got some length in the front, that helps me a lot. All right, you guys, that's it. I wanted to make sure I got this comparison on the end for you. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you once again, Name Brand Wigs. I love showing these wigs, and I appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you all in my next video. All right, friends. We're outside on one of the most beautiful days in 2023. It's so beautiful. It's actually in the 70s, but you can see we still have snow on the ground. Anyway, here we are with this color. I just had to share. It's been a long winter. Can't wait till we have no more snow left. You guys a chance to see the root. Let's get in up close. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching.